Hello everybody, I'm Raul and welcome to my live drawing lessons. Today we're going to finish the skin on the face skin and we're moving on the neck. Not too long, as you can see, I just finished it with the face, entire face drawing, and it's looking same as reference photo. Just a few black dots, a few highlights, same by dotting, to draw some pores, some lines, and we have finished it. I'm also live on Facebook, guys, and on Passion for Art, my drawing group. Stay with me, guys, to see the easy way to shade and blend the realistic skin. By dotting, we draw a very short face hair. In this way, we make the skin looking already shaved. It's Sunday night, 6 o'clock England time, 6 p.m. and we have another lesson. And today we were talking about how to draw and also how to blend realistic skin. And we're moving on the neck. I will show you my technique. Of course, it will be very easy way because we have to deal with shadows. If you're here for the first time and you enjoy my drawing lessons, subscribe on my channel and don't forget about the bell notification. Also, you can scroll and search for more videos, more lessons, and if you enjoy to see time-lapse videos, you can search for more. Thank you very much. Let's move to the lesson because we finished this part. Now with blending stump, I will blend the dots already made. I'm working with number 1. And to blend the skin, making the skin light gray, I'm using same blending stump with small circle and motions. As you can see, the graphite is pushing into the tooth of the paper, which build our skin tone. As you can see, guys, this full head for face, we used to work with more tones, dark tone, light tone, mid tone. As you can see, we have more colors, but they are made by graphite pencil. Now I'm moving to add highlights for the beard side, as I did on this side. We have to work full on this side as well. I'm using Faber-Castell Perfection. Is perfect eraser, guys. If you didn't hear about this, you can find this perfect eraser on Amazon, or you can find on Art Supplier introduction in the description on my YouTube channel. I'm just lining short and dotting, and as you can see, we build a few pores that make our skin looking realistic. If you want to draw close to the reference photo, my big advice and important advice is to follow the reference photo and take a proportion to work with. As you can see, just light dots make the skin complex with more details, which is good. We learn to work detailed step by step. If you're here with me, if you love to draw, that's the perfect place to learn more about my techniques. Stay with me, we carry on soon with the next skin. If you work with eraser, doesn't matter which eraser is, don't forget to clean the eraser. Otherwise, you not build the pores. By highlighting, you add the rest of the graphite on the eraser on your paper. The pores become black. As you can see, my way to add pores, always I rotating the pencil eraser. In this way I have clean eraser for longer period. We are on the last step now, and I like to add a smooth skin. I'm using soft brush. This time, as you can see, is a little bit bigger, but very soft and smooth. So this brush, guys, I'm using to cover a few parts for the spores, for the graphite, so look at that. Let me show you how I'm using this. As you can see, I have the shadowed part here, here, and on the beard. How to smooth build this gradient? I'm going with very light touching on the paper, and as you can see, the white pore become light gray. But also, as you can see, we build nice gradient as well. As you can see, all the necessary steps are very useful if you know how to use them. That's why I'm here, to show you my way to work, to learn my techniques, to be more easy for you to learn, become professional artist. That's it with the face drawing. I'm happy with this, so we're going further. And we start to add the outline from the jacket, from the cloth. We need to draw the jumper outline, and after that we take care inside of the graphite. So we're lining, and always I'm going light for the first outline. Why? Because I'm looking to have perfect shape of outlining. If I'm not happy with this, if I'm going light, I can erase and rebuild another line. Today we're talking about the layering to add the dark tone, and I have already the outline. Now I'm coming to add the first layer, which is the base. Small circle emotions. I do the first layer. With this layer I'm going all this area. If you remember why I'm going like this with small circle emotions, I can do by quick lines or big shade to finish quick, but I'm taking this way to be close with the realistic skin drawing. I do another layer. In this way I change the tone. I'm gonna clean now a little bit because I have small particles of the graphite. I don't want to have this when I start to shade. I'm using toilet paper for shading. And I'm going with small circle emotions. You know already how to use toilet paper like this. I'm using like a triangle and I'm using the top side very light. I'm going with small circle emotions, and as you can see the graphite become blue, red and smooth. As you can see, the difference between this are really visible because this is not shade already and this we have already shade. So as you can see, the shade of the graphite is very important. we're going to the next step, which is shadowing. Now we need to do a few details by shadows. Of course, again, I need to have very good sharp pencil. In this way, I need a sandpaper to resharp again. You know already my way. I just keep the pencil on the nail polish or sandpaper, and I sharp very light to achieve a top side as a needle. Now, because I have this very good sharp as a needle, I can do easy details, so the details will be more easy to make. Also, I can do this outline darker, because anyway the jumper will be only black with a few details on it. So I'm coming now, if I'm happy with the designed part, the shape of the cloth, I'm coming to add the dark tone for the outlining. The way to add the dark tone is going forwards and backwards. With a bit pressure on the pencil. Now I need to make sure I'm going on the perfect line, to don't do any other line. Something like this. I'm not blend the outline, because anyway we need to draw the jumper black. I'm coming now to finish with the shadows on the neck. To add a perfect shape, I'm going light for the beginning. I have the outline. As you can see, the design, I'm going very light, and after that I'm coming with dark tone. This part of the neck, it will be later shadowed by the hand and also the beard. Thank you very much, my love.
You're welcome.
Now slowly I'm doing shadows on the separate parts for the neck. This time I need to work in layers to achieve also the gradient of the skin. This part I will blend using a soft makeup brush. You can do this same with cotton buds or blending stump. I prefer brushes. As you can see, just repeating a few layers, we have made a gradient. Let's see how we can combine this gradient using soft makeup brush. You know already about this brush. I'm using always this small makeup brush to smooth the paper. I'm coming from dark to light and I'm pushing the graphite into the lighter area. As you can see, we have a highlighted part, which is very good. We have the designed for highlights. We need to do the same inside of the big part, but that one will be darker. From now, only a few layers for the beginning, not very dark. For more details, I'm coming with a few light lines into the highlights area. With small circular motions, we build another proportion by layering. Remember, this part for the layering very important, because you always, if you draw from dark to light, you build also the gradient and the reflection on the skin. You know already my way to draw by small circle and motion is because I want to keep closer with a realistic skin drawing. That's the best way to draw the skin, by circle emotions. But if you remember, we need to draw in gradient from dark to light, as I did on the first part. We need to come back to add more value on this outlined line. You will see till the end how interesting will be if we start to add the highlights and also the pores. We have to draw the pores on the neck as well. It's about the skin, so all sides of the skin have pores. If I have to deal with very dark tone, I'm using different brush, which is dry hard brush. If you remember the chopped one. On this part, the shadow on the neck, it will be the same color on the jumper, because the shadow is covering the reflection. How to do this? We build more layers till we achieve the dark tone. But as you can see, I'm going slowly by proportions. Remember, always try to learn to work with the pencil by the pressure. In that way, you will build more grades using only one pencil. And you will make more values on the paper. I need to build this outline, which is highlighted part, a little bit gray. So I'm coming with this brush, this time opposite direction, and I push a little bit graphite into this. As you can see, become round with light gray. and I push the rest of the graphite close to the beard. On the bottom side, I'm using different brush, which is the chocolate one. This one is the special to add quick the dark tone. We have gradient from dark to light, which is perfectly made. I'm adding a few details more before to add the pouring side, the pouring technique using eraser. And we carry on with more shadows. We can finish with a beard skin and face hair. And we're staying on small circular motions to add more graphite. Of course, on the bottom, we repeat the layers to do the dark tone. Depend how dark tone you want to go. In that way, you repeat the layers. To achieve the dark tone, as you can see, I insist with the pencil on the same part, on the same location. And the shade becomes darker. Slowly, slowly we draw the shape of the neck, but we carry on with the shade. We need to make the skin darker and in this way, by circular motions, we can do. I'm looking to have the perfect tone before to add the highlights and the details. When I'm coming with the details and highlights, the tone need to be close to the reference photo already. Slowly, we're going on the top side of the neck drawing, and we need to go lighter and lighter till we have the highlighted part in the corner. Of course, I'm going in the same time with the lines of the neck, designing the perfect shape and details. As you can see, for darker tone, I insist, and I'm adding a bit gentle pressure. If you remember, for the quick dark tone making, we're working with dry hard brush. So I'm coming again with dry hard brush, finishing with the shadows. And this shadow will complete the shape of the neck. I'm going with small circular motions, even with this brush. So I can have better covering of the graphite on the paper. Because the skin tone changing the value, the color, I need to resharpen the pencil so I can have better control of the top side of the pencil. I will sharpen again by sharpener and also nail polish or sandpaper. First part of the sharp is on this sharpener, and I'm coming with sandpaper, or I'm using this small part of nail polish I can use as a mechanical pencil. If you sharpen your pencil as a needle, you can use as a mechanical pencil, or you can use even mechanical pencil 0305. If you draw this portrait with me and you respect the lesson, if you want to work only with 8B grade, it will be more easy to learn everything about 8B grade. I'm coming with small circle motions from the top side to the bottom. As you can see, the small circle motions build a very nice realistic skin already I have here, and if I do light shade, it will be different. I will change the value of the color by the skin tone. How do I do this? As you can see, I have to deal with dark tone on the bottom and lighter on the top side. So I carry on with the dark tone on the bottom, and slowly I will push the graphite from dark to light to build a gradient. I'm using the same technique by small circle motions. Diagram, yeah. Look at that, guys, how nice we can design the reflection and the shadow who's coming from the hand. So this part of the hand is shadowing a little bit apart from the neck. Be patient, guys, with the layering, especially when you do the shadows. Remember, follow always the reference photo. If you follow more the reference photo, you can add easy the details. Try to learn my technique. Follow the reference photo during your process. So I follow the reference photo always, even if I'm drawing. I'm not stopping that. In this way, I'm going close with the all details, shapes and shadows. Now, because we're working on the next side, we can finish with the outline for the beard, with the details, which are small parts for the face hair. Again, I'm using dry hard brush, which is the chopped one, to go with the dark tone. I'm using by small circular motions. And as you can see, I'm taking by proportion so I can cover better the paper. I'm coming with more graphite, respecting the shadow. As you can see, it's very easy to draw more layers, more values, more gradients using only one pencil, because we selected to work with 8B grade. If you used to work with 8B grade or 2H, it would be very hard to achieve the dark tone because they are lighter pencil. If you work with 8B grade and if you learn how to work with 8B grade, it will be more easy for you to use only one pencil to draw a portrait. On the top side, I changed the brush and I'm going on soft makeup brush to smoothing the top side, which is the side for the highlights. But remember, we need to combine with the rest of the graphite to respect the gradient. As you can see, I came from dark tone on the top side, is going lighter and lighter. Now, because I have shadow with everything that I need, I'm coming to do the highlights, which are the pores. For this, I'm using two types of erasers. I'm going on Tombow Mono Zero eraser and Faber-Castell eraser pencil. For me are very important, these two erasers. Perfection 7056 and Tombow Mono Zero eraser. I'm going with Tombow Mono Zero eraser for aligning. I change the eraser now so I can carry on with the pores. With dots, I just pouring with Faber-Castell eraser pencil. That one give me the closer skin, close to the realism. We learn to work realistic, so we learn to use the suppliers for any side of the tone. We're not pouring the skin into the dark tone, into the shadow, is no reason. We're pouring only the visible part for the skin into the lighter area. During the process, I will clean eraser through my fingers like this. Always I keep like that, and I clean the top side, which is more easy to work with clean eraser. I carry on to dot, and by dotting I achieve perfect pores on the skin. Take your time when you add pores. Always follow the reference photo. You may need to do lines as well, not only dots, to go close with the reference photo. For example, I can do lines, easy lines, using the same eraser. Won't be long to finish the lesson today. Short lesson and interesting lesson. If you were with me from the beginning, you see all the steps. If you're not, you can re-see the video on YouTube channel. Remember, if you not clean the top side of eraser, as you can see we have already graphite here, you will do not the pores, you will do black dots, which is no good. I always keep my fingers so I can erase the top side of this part. For the very highlighted part, we're using electric eraser to make them more interesting, the details. But as we did on the face, if you remember, we're coming with graphite pencil and blending stone to do the perfect skin. As you can see, with this eraser we can build also the shape. This Faber-Castell Perfection eraser is very recommendable, guys. You can find this eraser on my YouTube in the description of art supplier introduction lesson. But we don't forget, we blend everything that we don't need too white, so I need light gray also. I'm coming over the pores with soft makeup brush, and as you can see, slowly we're covering the highlighted part, become light gray, changing the value of the color. Now I'm coming with electric eraser to do the very highlighted part, which I love to do this. Make the drawing more complex and more interesting. I'm coming with dotting close to the jumper. In this way I do the very highlighted part. I'm coming on this side because I'm looking for highlights on this part. Anyway, the full highlight is coming from the left, so we have highlight here on a face, on the cheeks, and also on the forehead, so that all side is highlighted. We need to respect this, and with small dots we're coming on outline close to jumper. Don't press with eraser, always go light. Remember, even this electric eraser need to be clean and sharp, so we can do easy the details. To do the shadows more expressive, I'm coming with dry hard brush, and I'm moving where I need the shadows. And for the last step, I need to add a few small parts for the shadows on the bottom of the pores. So as you can see, without just light dots we have here, and I'm coming with graphite on the bottom side because the highlight is coming from the top. Don't use any pressure when you do the shadows for the pores. Check for your reference photo for the skin drawing to respect all the details. Now with blending stump, I just need to add black dots on the neck and the rest of the details. As I did on the face, you know already the way how to do. If you follow the reference photo, you can do that. Remember, respect all the steps. I'm using number 1 blending stone because I'm working with small proportions. I dotting over the pores and I make them blurred. which is good. The skin become realistic looking. Thank you very much for your time, guys, again, and have a good night. Take care. That's the drawing, guys. Look at it about the picture and also the drawing. So we have made shadowed parts for the neck. Bye bye now.